Royal incest in ancient Egypt's 18th dynasty. The 18th dynasty of ancient Egypt, a period of unparalleled artistic and architectural flourishing, also holds a certain infamy. This stems from the documented practice of royal incest. Figures like Tutankhamun and Akhenaten stand as prominent examples linked to this controversial custom. This practice was primarily driven by the concept of divine kingship and the perceived need to preserve the purity of the royal lineage. It's crucial to understand that royal incest was not a societal norm. Rather, it was a calculated political strategy employed by the ruling elite. The pharaoh was considered a living god on earth, the embodiment of Horus. His marriage was not merely a personal affair, it was an act with cosmic implications, intended to maintain the balance of the universe. Marrying within the royal family was seen as a way to ensure the purity of the divine bloodline. This wasn't about personal preference or romantic love, it was about upholding the pharaoh's unique status as a divine ruler. The primary goal was to prevent the dilution of the pharaoh's divine power. By keeping the bloodline pure, they believed they were maintaining the strength and legitimacy of their rule. This was a matter of state, not sentiment. Family trees from the 18th dynasty reveal the prevalence of incestuous unions within the royal family. Akhenaten, for example, is believed to have married his sister, Nefertiti, and possibly even some of his daughters. Tutankhamun himself was the product of a brother-sister marriage. This is a well-documented fact supported by genetic analysis. The evidence is compelling and paints a clear picture of the practice. DNA analysis of royal mummies has confirmed these close familial relationships. These findings provide concrete evidence of the extent to which royal incest was practiced. The mummies themselves tell a silent story of dynastic choices. The practice of royal incest came with significant biological costs. Physical deformities are evident in the remains of some members of the royal family. This is a direct consequence of the reduced genetic diversity. Increased susceptibility to disease was another unfortunate outcome. The limited gene pool made the royal family more vulnerable to hereditary illnesses. This was a hidden price paid for maintaining the perceived purity of the bloodline. The biological cost of royal incest was undeniable. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of inbreeding. The health of the dynasty was sacrificed for political and religious goals. It's helpful to compare the motivations behind royal incest in ancient Egypt to those of other royal dynasties. Consider the Habsburgs, for example. Their strategic marriages were primarily aimed at forging alliances and securing inheritances. In Egypt, the primary motivation was maintaining the divine right to rule. This was a fundamentally different goal than the Habsburgs' pursuit of political power. The Egyptians believed their rulers were gods on earth. Royal incest was also a way of preventing challenges to the pharaoh's authority. By limiting potential heirs to those within the immediate family, they reduced the risk of usurpation. The throne remained within a tightly controlled circle. Ensuring the throne remained within a select group was paramount. This was a deliberate strategy to maintain control and prevent outsiders from gaining power. The dynasty's survival depended on it, in their view. Royal incest was a calculated political strategy designed to minimize the risk of usurpation. By marrying within the family, the pharaoh ensured that any potential heir would also be of royal blood. This strengthened their claim to the throne. It also served to preserve the perceived divine connection of the ruling family. By keeping the bloodline pure, they reinforced the idea that the pharaoh was a god on earth. This was crucial for maintaining their authority. It's important to reiterate that royal incest was not a reflection of societal norms in ancient Egypt. The common people did not practice incest to the same extent as the royal family. This was a practice confined to the ruling elite. Royal incest was a direct consequence of the political and religious context of ancient Egypt. It was a tool used by the pharaohs to maintain their power and preserve their dynasty. Understanding this context is key to understanding the practice. Royal incest in ancient Egypt's 18th dynasty was a calculated strategy to maintain power. It was not driven by personal desires or societal norms. It was a deliberate political act. The primary goal was to preserve the divine lineage of the pharaohs. They believed that by keeping the bloodline pure, they were maintaining their connection to the gods. This was essential for their legitimacy. Ultimately, royal incest was intended to uphold the cosmic order as they understood it. The pharaoh's marriage was not just a personal affair. It was a ritual with profound implications for the entire kingdom. The 18th dynasty left behind a legacy of artistic brilliance and religious innovation. Despite the controversial practice of royal incest, their contributions to Egyptian culture are undeniable. Their impact is still felt today. The enduring impact of this political strategy is evident in the archaeological record. The mummies, the monuments, and the texts all tell a story of a dynasty that was willing to go to great lengths to maintain its power. Their story continues to fascinate and intrigue us.